First thing we're going to do is start off with the brows and make them a lot thicker than they actually are. And for this tutorial we're actually going to do nothing to the skin, we're going to leave it completely alone. Any blemishes or anything like that we're just going to leave. With a black liquid liner that isn't too dark, I'm going to start by adding in some false hairs, and you just want to create really light flicks pointing towards the brow. Don't forget to do this along the brow itself because it'll look quite odd if you have these really thick brows but then sparse areas in between. So just light little hairlines. And once we've done that, we're going to move on to a pink eyeshadow, and we're not going to use any primer, and we're just going to apply this all over the lid. But just because it's Sloth doesn't mean that you shouldn't blend, so you want to get this right into the lashes and then blend all the way up to the crease. With a black eyeshadow and angled liner, we're going to start in the inner corner of the eye, and we're going to start off this liner quite neatly. So create a line all the way into the outer corner. And then as soon as we get into the outer corner, this is where we're going to get a little bit messy, and you just want to do some kind of cross-hatched flicks all the way in the outer corner into the crease. So bring it up one way, and then once you've done that, point it at a slight angle and start cross-hatching it. With the same brush, and don't even wipe it off, we're going to be using these two brown shades, mixing them together, bring it all the way along from the outer corner into the inner corner, and blend it out with the brush. With a nail art brush, we're going to be mixing together a dazzle dust with a little bit of water to make a liquid pigment, and we're just going to start making little dots from the centre of the eye all the way into the outer corner. We're also going to bring it down around on the lower lashes, and then on the inner corner we're going to bring this down as well. You want the dots to look a little bit like it's moulding around the eyes, so we're going to be using a mint green face paint. And just with the same brush, you're going to do little dots in between the black dots that you've already done. Bring it round the outer corner and then also in the inner corner as well. On the crease of the eye, I'm now going to apply a little bit of Vasaline. You can also use lip gloss if you want, but don't bring this all the way down into the lashes. Apart from not being terribly good if it gets in your eye, it'll also make applying any kind of lashes impossible, so you just want to keep this to the crease. Bring it along the brow bone and the cheekbone, blending it out. On the upper lid I'm going to apply a pair of wispy false lashes, but on the lower lashes we're going to be applying two different kinds of lashes. First of all, just some plain ones, and then some slightly more wispy ones. And once you've done that, I'm going to be using a silvery loose eyeshadow and mixing it with water, and we're going to be applying this in a triangle shape. So from the outer corner of the eye to the inner corner and then pointing down, you just want to make loads of little dots. Also with that same pigment we're going to apply a little bit just along the brow bone. Blending it out, we don't want this to look like a solid colour, it's just meant to be a slight shimmery shine. Now we're going to create some very obviously fake freckles, but we're going to be using two different colours, a light brown and a dark brown. I'm using a nail art brush for this. We're just going to dot all the way along the cheekbones and the nose, and then with a pencil brush we're just going to blend them out just so that they don't look quite so harsh. For the lips, you want to purse your lips together as tightly as you can, and then with a nail art brush and a red lipstick you're going to start from the centre, blending it out, apply concealer just along the outer part of your lips, and then with the same mint green that I used before around the eyes, I'm going to apply this a little bit along the cupid's bow, and then with a black eyeshadow I'm going to apply this from the centre of the lips and use this to cover the lips. And the reason I'm using an eyeshadow is it will make the lips look very dry and cracked, and we want them to look like that. Finally, with a lip art brush and a red lipstick, we're just going to be dotting around the mouth, bring it up a little bit on the cupid's bow. For the rest of the look, you just want to let your hair loose, don't brush it, you want this to look messy. Finish off with some mesh contacts, and then any kind of dead flower tiara. Have it tilted because it's Sloth, it's got to look lazy. And that's it, you're done.